alive!
Hi everyone, I'm Ha'ani. I'm also a first-time storyteller, but I'm not a first-time story club goer. I'm usually the person taking tickets at the front desk, but today is my day off because I have an awesome boss named Barbara right there. Okay, so this is a story about being famous for something, but never actually getting the credit for it, which I'm actually notorious for, so I grew up, in high school I lived in Reno, Nevada. And I'm not sure if any of you have ever been to Reno, Nevada, but it's like the less exciting Las Vegas. But there's Lake Tahoe, which makes it a little bit more exciting. So I lived in Reno, Nevada for high school, and I went away to college at the University of Arizona, and it was my summer coming home from college between freshman and sophomore year. And the newest thing in town was the Reno Aces. And that is a minor league baseball team, which was the most exciting thing to come to Reno. So that was the thing to do. So my friends and I, we weren't 21 yet, so we were like, what are we gonna do all summer? So we decided to start going to Reno Aces games. I'm not a baseball girl, I was raised a soccer girl, so I had to learn baseball very quickly, and we became like die-hard fans. Probably still can't tell you too much about the sport of baseball, but that summer I was die-hard. And so we went to every single game, and also I didn't know for baseball you had like 7 games in a row, and then you didn't have them, then you had them 7 days in a row. So we went every single night, like that was our whole summer. So I tend to take on creative projects that I think are a really good idea at the time, but then while I'm executing them, I start crying because they take so much longer than I actually realize. And that was the summer that I actually learned how to sew. And I ended up being a costume design minor in college. But I had this idea. I was like, I'm tired of being like normal fans, just wearing the normal t-shirts and the face paint. I was like, I have an idea. We're all gonna start wearing superhero capes. But I'm gonna hand paint the Reno Aces logo on the back of all of them. And what started with a team of like 5 friends became a team of like 15 friends that are fans. And it's the cool thing to do in town, so we recruited fans. And so I took on this project, and I made 15 superhero capes, like assembly line, but my own assembly line, in one night for our big debut as fans. And so we show up, I'm like half asleep because I didn't sleep the whole night, but we looked fabulous. So we show up to the game, and like people are taking pictures with us. Other fans were just like really excited. They're like, hey, look at those girls in those superhero capes. I was like, yeah, we're so cool. And we had a favorite player, and his name is Trent Olchin. And I don't know what he does now, but at the time he was like my life. And so we sat in the area near third base. I think third base. And we would scream like anytime he was like even a little bit near us. So he finally started to like notice the ridiculous group of 15 girls. And we would stay after the game and get signatures. He signed our capes. It was really cool. And then it was like great success because then he started like throwing the like foul balls over to us. It was great. And we thanked him after one game, like, hey, thanks for throwing the ball over to us. And he was like, anything for my Cape girls. And we were like, oh my God. Yes. So anyway, it was a fun summer. We had a great time. We even had some of their staff members approach me and were like, hey, I'll give you $20. Can you make this cape for, our head head of the catering. So I made a few for their staff. And I went back to Arizona for my sophomore semester. And about a month into my sophomore semester, I got a phone call from one of my friends. And she was like, Ani, you will never guess who just called us. And I was like, who? And she goes, it's the Reno Aces corporate office. They want to invite the 14 of us to be in the commercial for the next promotion of their next season. And they were like, you know, we're going to film all the girls running into the stadium with the capes. And so I didn't live there, so I didn't get to be a part of the commercial. But all of my friends did, and you know, I was cool with it. I was super proud of them. And then I found out a whole season later that the team actually started selling superhero capes in their store, but like officially like made, like screen printed, like really nice, not like hand painted like I did. And I don't know if they still sell them till this day, but I do know that for like that moment in time, I was a famous fan without getting the credit for it. Thank you very much.